Welcome to the debate corner. It's the debate corner.
Why do black women look down on black men dating white women? And why do black women praise black women for dating white men?
So what I'm going to say is, us black women, we don't give a damn if you want to date white, black, Chinese, orange, yellow, become it. We don't care. We do not care. We don't care what your preference is. In fact, if you don't like us, I'm glad you're letting me know. Yeah? Because I know that I need to step over here and focus my attention over here. We don't care. We don't care, and nor do we praise a black woman for being with another counterpart. We don't care. Everyone has their own experiences. Everyone has their own choices. And one preconception is that black women are jealous when we see a black man with a white woman. It's never that. It's never that. In fact, you lot are looking in our eyes for us to give you attention. We don't care. We're just trying to go do our shopping. We're just trying to do our shopping. Nobody cares. However, what I will say is, as a black woman who I think is I think I'm quite rather strong. I think I'm typically the black woman that you guys have made us be. I will say that I do judge black men slightly differently if that is your choice. However, it's your choice, it's fine, but I don't want to be with you if you don't see value in me as a black woman. Because we are two different planes. We're two different planes. And if you don't understand me as a black woman and don't accept me as a black woman, that's fine. Do what you're doing over there. Please don't look over here at any point. What don't make sense?
You look at them slightly differently, but
don't come over here.
It's fine. You do care.
No, I don't care. I don't care. If you want to date somebody out of the race, absolutely fine. Do what you want to do. I'm not going to be upset. It's not going to help me pay my bills or not help me pay my bills at the end of the day. But then what I'm going to say is though, if you don't see the value in black women, that's absolutely fine. But I like a man who likes black women. That's just it.
Hold on.
Because we have two different life experiences. There's two different life experiences with black women. Hello. Absolutely, you can share your opinions after I finish talking. We have two different experiences as people. Yeah. So if you don't see the value of a black woman and because we as black women see what you lot have to go through, and we hold you lot down for whatever you lot have to go through. If you can't do that for us, absolutely fine. That's what I'm saying. It's absolutely fine. But I don't want you either. I just don't want you either.
I think sometimes when black women look at other black women that have gone with white men, I think that the preconceived kind of notion is, you've been through so much pain and you finally escaped to find someone that's going to value you. After all the headache that he's going to put us through, you stepped out and you've escaped the pain and you found your value. I think that's the notion. I think why sometimes when I see black women post up, my hoes come back. And I think on the flip side, like if I was to say, pick up a white woman and then start proudly parading my white women, women would look at me like, you're a weak man that's been away from. A lot of women would, maybe not the women in the room, but a lot of women would be like, you're a weak man that's walked away from the duty that you have, which is to multiply and procreate with a black woman to create a black family and raise healthy black children. So that's what I think is happening more time. That's what I believe. I'm not putting my perspectives on that. I'm just saying from what I see, that's what I see. My perspective is that I'm locked in with my own people through the pain and the good and the bad, the hard. I'm like that. I've just stayed like that. I've locked in, and yeah, that's it. That's my perspective, innit? I live this life. I live it, and I at certain times I see why certain people have gone, black love is too hard, but I'm just hearing it. That's it.
Sorry, Monique, you make it to
Alright,
Thank
first
you.
of all, I kind of hate these questions because for me personally, I don't give a shit who next to you. If it's black, pink, brown, or yellow, I don't business. But me personally, I don't praise a black woman for being with a white man. Because I can't relate to that as a black woman. Because for me, I prefer to stay single than to go out my race. That's black. I wouldn't date any other man out of my race. Because there are a lot of good black men. There are some black men that are dark shit, but there are some good black men as well. So I'm going to wait till I find that good one. And if I don't find it, I'll stay single. That's me personally. So I don't see a black woman with a white man and think, yeah, it's good on ya. I do think, right, how the fuck can you do that? Personally, because I know that I couldn't. Do you get what I mean? So I don't praise that. With regards to the black man and the white woman, I don't give a shit. Don't bother me, it's not me. Do you get where I'm coming from? I don't think nothing about it. But one thing that I will say is what you said, and I agree with you, the black man's eye contact. I've never walked past a black man walking with a white woman who's never looked in my eye and a broken neck on my ass. I've never. That is true. And I don't know, so if there are any black men in here that actually has dabbled with a white woman in the past at any time ever, can you explain to us why you do that? Because that is really a different question. No, I know that, but I would like
Stick to the script. What she said about she wouldn't date a black man that dates white women. Me not in that neither. Do what you're doing, but keep it over there. Like if you're dabbling in all different kinds of races, that's good for you, but don't come here, because for me I'm strictly black. That's just my opinion personally.
Women. Big up my whitey baby mother. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Nah, you know what, yeah? Big up all the baby mothers still. But nah, you know what, yeah? I can't lie. I think a lot of brothers are tired of you lot.
Give me the mic.
No, you know what? Hold on. I think a lot of brothers, okay, not all brothers, some brothers, but are tired of you lot. They're moaning, they're nagging. And you know what, yeah? The whitey woman, the whitey woman sometimes, she just brings peace. Why are you not moving like this?
Okay, I don't believe that. Why not everyone brings peace? So white women are fucking rowdy.
How did the mic get taken?
So yeah, the mic got tech.
Right. Respect my brother, please. I have the microphone back.
So that's absolutely fine if you think the white lady brings you peace, but does her racist family bring you peace?
You know what? That's actually a good one. Nah, you know what? Nah, you know, hold on, wait. You see what you got done now, yeah? What I would say is this, yeah, look. You know what? I'm down for black on black. That's my thing, anyway. But I don't discriminate. Do you get what I'm saying? Now I don't discriminate, yeah. But I do see our black women sometimes, yeah. You give the brothers a mad look, like you're disappointed in them. Like, but you don't say you don't care, but you really do. Come on, man, why you don't like this? Why you don't like this? You don't be real with yourself. I actually see it, you know. I actually see that the brothers. But then you will praise your own sisters and say, girl, you went through all the pain. You went through all the struggle. You deserve him. You deserve him. Why can't the brothers deal with the white tea? Why can't the brothers be just like you said? Go on, king. You're doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? What?
When I say I can't hear a word he's saying.
Shaka Zulu.
Wait, hold on. Wait, one sec.
Chat shit.
One sec.
That's the part that I don't like.
I might be drunk. I don't know if it's the rum. It might be the rum punch. We got the rum punch by the way. But yeah. What I'm gonna say, from over there, it seems like you females keep saying
they don't care.
You don't care before telling the room why you care. And I could be wrong, but I want to say before you go that you don't keep saying you don't care, and then from then on I keep hearing exactly why you care. But I could be wrong.
Sorry, someone else can answer. I'm going to just make this comparison. If a man dates men, right? If a man dates men, that's absolutely fine if that's what they want to do. However, I don't want a man who finds men attractive.
Right.
So,
It's not different. No, it's not different.
I see where you're going, but I don't think you should land where you're going to land because you're not landing on fertile ground. I think you just stay in the air. The runway, there's no lights on that runway that you're about to land the plane on.
if that's your
Just keep flying. Just keep flying.
For me, I can talk from both sides of the coin because my stepdad is white. So I can talk from inside the house. And I'm not going to leave if I don't care. If I don't give a shit. For me, I feel like it's your preference, that's what you want to do. And I don't pick up any race that does it. And I've had a conversation with my mum. I've got 2 mixed race siblings. So I'm in this. Do you understand? And I feel like for my mum, we were born in the 80s, we got the 80s picking them. It was a miseducation for my mum because ever since my stepdad, who she was married to, she's never dated whites since. So, and she was frowned upon for dating outside her race. Like we got racial abuse from the neighbours who were black. So it goes both ways, right? I've lived it, I love my siblings, like we've got the same mum, just different dads. And I think you could choose who you want to choose, but what I would say is don't down on the other race. That's my point. I've never dated outside my race, but that's just my preference. And that look that everyone is talking about, I have seen it several times. Brother, if that is your choice, do your thing. Like I said to my
because you don't keep looking down.
I'm not looking because remember, like I said, the call is coming from inside the house. I know. I'm not going to look at you a certain way because I'm not going to judge my mom. But like I said, my mom chose that choice, I believe, because of miseducation. What we know now, I know she would have made a different choice. Now, when I speak to her, and I can tell you look this, and I'm close to my mum, she's not going to say she regretted her choice because it means she will regret her children. But what she said is if she had better education, she would have chose better. Okay? And that's coming from a woman who's nearly 70 years old. Now, I'm going to also let you know, I don't big up women who go out with a white person or a different race because I've seen a man is just a man, he's got to do it.
Look, my whole thing is this. I'm not. Look, Charlotte's coming to. What I was going to say is this. Look, I'm not saying that. Look, my thing is this. I just want people to acknowledge that the fact that there's men who experience feeling uncomfortable because they're dating outside of their race. Sometimes it's not because I'm not speaking on my behalf, to be honest with you. I'm just speaking from experience, being in spaces where I've been with white female friends in a car, and a black woman pulled up in the car next to me and they're looking at me sideways because they think it's something that's not. I'm saying it's something that actually happens. If a man walked in this room, a black man walked into this room right now, and white woman he was with was a decent looking woman, somebody in this room is going to say, well, you couldn't find yourself a queen, or these are things. Man, am I talking shit? Please say something. This is experience. It's not coming from the sky because man is making things up because we hate black people. Most of the man then would prefer to be with the people that they grew with, to be honest with you. But got to a point where they said, you know what, fuck it. If love is over there, love is over there. Sometimes that is just it. I'm not saying that man should, no, but I'm just saying sometimes that is just the case. And men experiencing this thing For real, it's not just man just chatting this shit because now one beat is stuck together with the black people. It's man's reality. Men are really experiencing these things, and sometimes the women just have to listen and understand a little bit more why a man might go that way. Rather than being upset with him. I'm not saying that it's you lot in this room, I'm not saying that is the case. But sometimes this is what we're receiving, hence why the men won't speak about why they're going to pay Sally or Sarah. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm not talking shit. The man you're agreeing with, I'm not saying that again. A lot of my women good, but again, at the end of the day, just listen to the man a little bit more because this doesn't come from a space of nonsense. Man ain't talking for no reason in 2026.
But what also
No, I'm not saying that you are. No, again, but I agree with you. I'm not disputing anything you're saying. I'm just saying, listen to the man a little bit more. It's not always just because the man that don't care about. We love to call your porridge over Egg Benedict, you know. I'm telling you, that's cool, that's cool.
But what I would say is though, race is a funny thing. And sometimes, when I'm listening to this conversation, I look around and I even maybe look at myself and I think, some of us ain't even really black like that anyway, to be claiming this racial purity thing. If you got a Chinese grandma, if you got a Scottish grandma, if you got whatever area, then maybe we should just be a little bit more humble, because the truth about mixing is that a lot of folks are mixed. Do you know what I mean? And are the result of this mixing thing. So, and I know it's not all slavery or whatever. It's not always that. Sorry. So yeah, but everyone that mixed with a different race was not by choice. Yeah, I mean, but some people can go back a few generations, or not even like go back home, and you got a great grandma, picture on the wall, Indian, very red Indian, whatever. It is what it is. Come on, man, let's be real. That's all I've got to say. So everyone makes their choices of who they want to be with and who they don't want to be with, and I respect purists. I respect people that say, I want to preserve my culture, my bloodline, my features, my everything, my spiritual, whatever. And I respect that on the white side as well. That's why I'm not quick to call them racist when they say they don't want to be mixing. Because I've seen a white man watch his granddaughter or grandson talk about I'm black. Yeah? But when it happens on the other side and my grandson is talking about he's white, I'm going to feel away. So I understand why people want to preserve their thing, but I also know that, you know, out of many, one of them think
I think a lot of the time the disparity is everybody's trying to do who's on what side. So I'm going to start on one side of the coin, is the side of the coin of the voice of the black woman. Now, the experience of a black woman, a lot of black men are not aware of, especially if they're living in the Western world. They're not aware of how the black woman's marginalized. They're not aware of how the black woman's treated. They're not aware of like the unspoken stuff that gets done to prejudice black women. A lot of black men don't know that. The Western ideology is set up on the fact that it's like everything's under pressure. So the man's trying to work to pay the rent and pay the bills. He's not aware that his counterpart might be going to work and getting marginalized by the boss or by the co-worker. He's not aware of that because he's thinking this next direct debit is coming out next week. So I think there is an element of misinformation, right? The second part is demographic plays a big part. Black people is less than 10% of the UK, right? So naturally for a man, no matter what your race is, you're gonna encounter a Caucasian female more than you're gonna encounter a black female. So for example, I'll give you an example. If you're living in China or Asia or anything like that, naturally you're gonna encounter more women from that race. So you might find alignments or force yourself to find alignments because that's what your environment is presented to you, right? So that also plays a part, which I think it gets negated. Now, as a black man who has mixed race children and has an organization that advocate for black people and the black struggle, and you know, if you're aware of what I do, whether it's the protests, the marches, every time there's an injustice, I'm one of the people that pop out. One of the single questions that's always come out is, oh Vic, but how can you be pro-black when your kids are mixed race? And a lot of black women have always said that to me. How can a man like you that carry a lion's energy have mixed race children, right? It goes back to one of the first 2 points I made, miseducation, demographic. these are not deliberate acts in terms of like to isolate the black woman or to sort of like separate yourself from the black woman. If you don't, it's very important. The information you have is what dictates how you act in life, period. If you're not aware of that, because perhaps black men think, well, it's not intentional. I'm a white woman, that doesn't mean I hate a black woman. It's only because they don't understand that the black woman's perspective is based on the black woman's experience. And if you don't know that, you might be ignorant. Like, what do you mean? I'm just dating a white woman. What do you mean? What does that mean? So I understand it from the black woman's side, and I understand it from my side. Now, I'm currently a person that's with a black woman, right? Because I've been able to educate myself. And the problem is, I think, not even the problem, I think what should happen is, I think black women, as much as you persevere with a black man, as much as you try to champion them and we always somehow find a way to let you down, I think one of the key things is you have to educate us. You have to educate us, because that's lost, because we're growing up in a system where the syllabus is not set up to sort of encourage that dynamic. So I think there is a validity in the black woman's perspective of a black man dating a white woman, and I also think for a black man that's unaware or uninformed, it's easy for them to make that decision. So yeah, that's my opinion. No, I don't think it's definitely a duty. I think it's a collaborative effort, right? Because your experience is what dictates how you operate. So for example, if I'm in a place of like in a professional capacity, I'm say working with somebody that just started the job that day, I can understand the deficiencies in carrying out the job because you just started it today. You don't actually have the information. So when you make a mistake, the most effective thing to do is to correct you rather than reprimand you, because I have to also take into account that you don't have the information. And if you don't have the information, you can't operate in a correct way. So there's also like a patience that has to be applied to it. And I'm somebody that's had to pay attention to the black woman's experience to then understand why a black woman will say to me, Vic, why have you got mixed children? So I don't take it as offensive. I understand where the black woman is coming from, where they say that. So I think education is very important and knowledge is power. So let's try and educate each other and try and, so that we can, we'll be on the same page. But that's my opinion, but thank you.
I would never encourage that. Me personally, I have mixed race niece and nephews, right? And I love them, but I just don't agree. I don't agree with it. Let me rephrase. I don't speak on it, but when I see a black man with a white woman, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Now, it's not a topic I'm consciously speaking about or seeking on the road to see black and white together. No, it's not. I just will see you together in passing perhaps, and it just makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't agree with it. With the history we've come from, like I can't fathom how you could be in a loving relationship, lay down with somebody with their history of people, made you suffer, lynch us and all these things. I just can't. And I'm going a step further, even my dad, like I feel like you're a hypocrite, love. You come with your locks, your rasta, and then he was with a white woman. He had to sit me down at the age of 10, take me to a restaurant in fucking Brixton, and he had to sit me down with me to tell me, say, I'm a white woman, I'm sorry. At the age of 10, the fact that you had to sit me down, you know there's something wrong with that. Why do you have to go through all of that? And then going forward with my life experiences with these Caucasians, yeah, on the road, and you're chucking things out the window, talking about monkey, who are you talking to? And then to leave a lay down with you, So when I found my brother and my dad, I'm sorry, it just makes me feel very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm just straight up, I don't care. I have white friends, but then the white friend I have, she's more on the black side, so I don't know what to say about that.
Do you not feel like the white girls sometimes friend you up so they can get closer proximity to black man?
No, I don't. For me, that's not been my experience, because I don't move like that.
They do, I've seen them do it still.
Okay. But anyway, I am cliche, not racist. I just believe in sticking with your own based on history. Even if the white partner is fine, the parents of that parent, the grandparents, there will be someone in that environment or family connection. Imagine you get married, yeah, bare shit, listen, I'm sorry, it just makes me very uncomfortable. I think we should stay together, strengthen each other as a unit. This lack of education, achieving a lack of education, because everyone don't know about slavery. Everyone don't know about lynching. I don't understand. Everybody don't know about masking your surname, even your last part surname. So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Thank you. My only contribution is when black women say they don't care about a black man being with a white woman, we genuinely don't. The problem that we have is a lot of time when a black man is with a white woman, he will then downgrade black women. So it will be, oh, well, I can't be with black women because they're too aggressive, they're too loud, they're too this, they're too that. And the white women are more submissive, they're calmer, they're my peace. It's like, yeah, but a lot of times, we as black women, a lot of times find that a black man will end up with a white woman because she doesn't show him his bullshit. After you've messed up somebody and you've made them the person they are, then you want to go and find peace. What happens to the person you left behind? So a lot of times the problem is not who you're with, it's the reason behind it, what's the intention behind it, and are you trying to downgrade somebody else? That's not okay.
So advocates, the audience is going to pick one of you, and only one of you are going to respond. So pick wisely, audience. Any questions?
Question to Huntsman.
Why him?
No, because...
Why him? Why him?
Tell the truth, brother.
Oh, go on.
Do you really want to go through your friends' WhatsApp messages? Was you just saying it for a speaking point? Would you actually go through your friends' WhatsApp messages to see how he chats to girls?
Let me put it like this to you, yeah? Every woman I've ever met has got a story of being sexually assaulted. Every single one. I've never met one woman that ain't got a story of saying, raw, something sexually inappropriate happened to me. But if you ask every single one of your brethren, do you know a sex offender? They're gonna be like, no. Do you get me? So the reason, what I worked out when I worked that out, yeah, was there's something happening between us as man them in our friendship circles, yeah? There's privacy and there's a mask from the truth, do you understand? A lot of men are doing a lot of wicked things and they're hiding it from their friends. So when I made that video, I put my hands up. I was being a bit hyperbolic. I was, you know, like, say like Justo was my brethren. I couldn't say, hey Justo, back up your phone, let me go through the WhatsApp. It's not gonna happen. But basically, I was trying to make a point because a lot of things are happening to women, a lot of things are happening to children, and then man them are coming around us and just being normal, as if they didn't just beat up a gal or they didn't just do a wicked, do you know what I mean? So I was trying to say, I need to find a way of we need to have some more peer-to-peer accountability. It's about peer-to-peer accountability, innit? And that was there.
How many men have been touched inappropriately by a woman without, like, yeah,
and women are not completely innocent, I agree.
I feel like there's no way that looking, like, what do you want from somebody? How transparent do you want somebody to be? Like, I don't think that it's realistic. How transparent do you want somebody to be? You don't even know your partner. Yeah. Like that.
Bro, I was rolling with LV General, yeah. Last year. I was rolling with LV last year. I didn't know that he had a case that he already pleaded guilty to. I found that out through Bouncer's YouTube channel, like everyone else here did. I'm rolling with LV, and basically, I'm saying to Els, yo, bro, you need to mind how you're moving with women, innit? Do you know what I mean? I told him. So before Els, I was rolling with Young Philly. That's my brethren, sir. That's my brethren from Lady World down the road. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is like, it's like, you know when you've been through like one relationship, two relations, and things are got, it's like, and other things, it's making me start to think, yo, man them need to start just like laying out their business with women on the table. Why are we always going into a secret place every time we get into a relationship with women? Like we're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go into the dark shadows. I feel like the shadows is where the evil exists. Do you know what I'm saying?
So, I agree with you, yeah, and it's a running theme through tonight, throughout all the questions we've had here. at the heart of them, it boils down to a communication thing between us all. Whether it be like guys talking to guys about their experiences of being a dad, because when I heard that conversation about, you know, how do we prepare men and women for the changes, I will admit, I went to the antenatal classes with her, yeah? I went through that process, I read as many books as I could, and I promise you, when that child landed, none of the shit I read lined up with what I was looking at, yeah? But that's just how it goes. Like, I accepted that's how it goes, and when I know that one of my peers are about to, you know, embark on that journey, I will try to give them my experience, because I hope that that experience that I've been through will help them. The same thing that you're now saying about, you know what, I was a friend with this person and that person, and I do believe that guys should talk more about more things. There's things that we don't talk about, and there are things that we don't call out. But at the same time, this is what I will say to you now, and before I say this, please recognize it's not what I'm actually saying. Yeah? But someone might go, well, hold on a minute. If Huntsman was friends with him and he's a wrong un, and Huntsman was friends with him and he's a wrong un, why shouldn't I believe that Huntsman's a wrong un in all of that? Because that's what you've admitted as being your peer group. Now, I'm not saying that's what it is, but again, this is where guys, people in general, they run out to have an opinion on something without giving themselves the opportunity to look at it. What is that falling on the floor? Giving them the opportunity to look at all the sides of the spectrum. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So, with everything we're talking about tonight, there's a rounded view that you need to look at. Because sometimes we look at it through just one prism, when there's a whole spectrum of things you have to look at. You know what I mean? Clap me.
When I hit the G-spot, baby. 7 o'clock.